Or sometimes they get fooled by the flopping, and then they make a bad call that goes viral on Twitter. Just not a good look for anyone involved, but there is some good news. If the NBA does ever...
Always on his feet. I mean, always on his back, always on his belly.
Just not a good look for anyone involved.
Let's see how he lands.
But there is some good news.
Look at this. All right, welcome back to another After Dark, everyone. Hope you all having a good night so far. Hope you guys had a wonderful day. I wanted to hurry up and get this one out before Game 3 between San Antonio and OKC because I was kind of questioning myself when I was watching Game 2, and I was really enjoying the competition and the game, but there were certain things that I just couldn't. I couldn't help but see and get aggravated by. And here's the deal. In the first half, I remember being really happy that I saw SGA flopping all over the place. I saw him foul baiting, and I wasn't hearing the whistle blow. I wasn't seeing him get free throws. I was really happy about it. And then I forgot the guy's name right now. The backup center, basically, who was guarding Wemby the entire time, because Chet decided he doesn't want any of that smoke anymore, I guess. Him grabbing Wemby's arm constantly, pulling on it, holding it. I can't believe the refs are allowing this to go on. That kind of stuff was disgusting me to watch. You know what I mean? And I know the majority of this video is probably going to be about SGA and his flopping, but man, I'm feeling like the whole OKC team is getting away with stuff that just has never been allowed. I mean, you couldn't even do that stuff in the 80s. You couldn't grab someone's arm and just yank on it every single play. So I don't like what I'm seeing, and I gotta say, the second that I heard SGA won that back-to-back MVP, I started getting worried, you guys, because my initial thought was okay, so the NBA is favoring these guys to do this again. They want a back-to-back champion. So it's going to take the Spurs to play near perfect basketball, basically, in order to overcome this. And, I don't know what's about to happen in Game 3. So, I'm going to react to this and upload it right before that point. So hopefully some of you guys do decide to watch this. And we'll see how the game is refereed and called in this Game 3, because I just don't know, man. I just don't know if OKC is going to win this fair, And if this was officiated fairly, I'd be perfectly happy. But what I saw in Game 2 was not fair. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say about it. And I want to move on. I want to get into this video, and I'm going to talk more as we go along, guys. So anyways, as I always do, I'm going to link the original video down below in the description. I forgot to mention, this video is from Mike Korzemba, and it's titled, "I've Never Seen a More Hated Team in NBA History." Well, I don't know about that. Back in the early 2000s, the Shaq and Kobe Lakers were pretty hated at the time. At least over here they were. I don't know. You guys tell me in the comments if you weren't in LA or in California. So everyone outside of California, please. How'd you guys feel about those Lakers? I hated them, man. We all hated their guts out here. But we were rivals. Anyways, guys, I'm going to link the original video from Mike Korzemba down below in the description. You also see a list of channel members. Shout out to each and every one of you. I really appreciate you. And a quick shout out to new channel member. Where are you? Riley1913. Welcome on board. I appreciate you very much for the support. Let's get right into this one, you guys. Like the video if you could. Hit that hype button if you could, because I think this is going to be an important one. And let's get to it.
Recently, a post from House of Lowlight.
This is it. Oh, man. Okay.
It's got over 9 million views, claiming that Shea was flopping on every single play. Against the Spurs time and time again. He rose up.
Guys, before we go further, just because this was I'm so glad he started with this. This is the stuff that was driving me nuts in the first half. But I didn't see him get too many of these calls. But this is where it was blatantly obvious what he's doing. Because, guys, if you've watched basketball in the past, you don't take a jump shot and land on your face. You land on your feet.
Recently, a post from House of...
What's that? What's that jump shot? And it's so sad because SGA, god dang, man, he is impressive. He's such a good hooper, man. He doesn't need to cheat.
Lowlights got over 9 million views claiming that Shai was flopping on
Look at this. Aren't you supposed to land on your feet? Why is he landing on his knees?
every single play. Against the Spurs time and time again, he rose up for a jumper, then crumpled to the floor like he had been attacked.
Yeah, and watch his off arm when he's driving, because he was hooking like crazy too. And you guys know what I mean by hooking.
Worst part, it worked. The entire Thunder team flopped, but they got the win as people commented, what happened to the game I love?
Right.
You basically have to train to do that. OKC saw they can't win by playing basketball, so they have to cheat.
And what's unfortunate is that I've been wanting this matchup all season long. You guys know this. I've been calling for OKC in San Antonio. But man, I want it to be a fair matchup.
Crazier than
just let the best team win.
Comments. As OKC flopped, we watched Hartenstein pull Stephon Castle's hair and hold Wemby.
Shit, I didn't see that one. I sure saw this all game though. Mike Korzemba's on it, guys. Check out his channel. Link is down below. Yeah, this is stupid. Like we're gonna dislocate shoulders like this. How is this allowed? And this is his only job, by the way. His job's not to go in there and score. It's literally to disable Wemby. Because if not, Chet would have stayed on the assignment. But we saw what happened game one, and Wemby destroyed Chet game one.
These arms on seemingly every play. The NBA is not blind. They clearly see how much fans hate this. So I have a question for you. Why is the NBA allowing this? Why are they not only letting the Thunder flop, but awarding this flopping with MVPs and championships?
I don't. That's Y'all know in the comments, I didn't really talk about this on the channel yet, but in the comments, I talked to some of you guys about it. And yeah, the second I saw SGA win that MVP, I'm like, oh no, they're going to do it, aren't they? The refs, like the NBA is going to do it. They're just going to push them through.
You know the NBA already has an anti-flop rule in place.
Yeah, supposedly.
Refs are allowed to call a play a flop and then hand out a technical foul only. They don't use it. Let's watch here on this play as Hartenstein holds Wemby's arm. Then it's Hartenstein who falls to the ground after barely any contact and a foul was called. The Spurs challenge.
Yeah, I mean, he keeps grabbing Wemby's arm. Like, what is he supposed to... It's going on for seconds at a time. What the hell is Wemby supposed to do? If the refs aren't going to call it, he has to like push off to try to get you to get off my arm.
The foul was overturned because Hartenstein flopped, but no technical foul was given out here. The NBA and the refs could have chose to make a statement, but instead they chose to do nothing. And after the game, Shai had a weird comment when he was asked.
Yeah, check this out, you guys. I heard this too, and I wasn't sure what. I'm still not sure what he meant by this.
What kind of impact did Isaiah have tonight?
I'm not sure if it was good, to be honest. Yeah.
Shai knew Hartenstein just held Wemby all game. And
I guess that's what it is, huh? Maybe Shai was actually embarrassed at how far they took it. Because literally, like if you're just talking about from a success standpoint, Hartenstein was incredibly successful on Wemby. Compared to game one, it worked. Was it fair? No, hell no, it wasn't fair. That was not fair basketball whatsoever.
Wemby has already proven to be a psycho competitor who will do whatever he can to get even for these types of plays. In game one, we watched Wemby play at a level where we had to think, if he stays healthy, this might be the NBA's next GOAT. But will the refs give him a fair chance? Because the NBA is actively choosing not to punish flopping. Against the Lakers.
God, again, man. My generation, men, we're embarrassed about this stuff. Like this is shameful activity. We were proud of landing on our feet. Look at
because
this.
The NBA is actively choosing not to punish flop.
We would laugh this kid off the court for doing this. Like seriously, we would laugh him off the court. He would cry and probably never do it again. My gen.
Against the Lakers, Chet had an unforgivable flop when he pretended Aiden elbowed him in the mouth, and then Chet purposely stayed on the ground holding his mouth, selling the call. The Lakers weren't buying it. They challenged. The call was overturned. Chet was exposed, but no flop was called. Nothing happened. why? As the thing is, somehow the most annoying thing about the Thunder is not just that they are flopping. It is the unevenness of these calls. Yes, I've already mentioned Hartenstein is grabbing Wemby every chance he can get, and he's getting away with it. He should have fouled out of the game like 3 times. But also, Chet Holmgren has been spotted grabbing Wemby's arm in a very unsafe angle.
They're gonna break something. They're gonna injure. Is that what it's gonna take for the NBA to stop this? Between the arm pulling and in the hooking that we're seeing, unfortunately, it's both. We're seeing both of these on with OKC. So it seems like I'm just picking on OKC. But if you guys have been around long enough, then you know I call out Harden all the time. I call out LeBron all the time. I call out Luka all the time. You know, even recently I'm calling out Jokic because of the constant shoving he's doing out of anger. He's getting called for a lot of those, though, at least. And last but not least, what the hell's his name? Freaking A, man. Drawing a blank from New York. I'll think about it in a second.
This play. And during a free throw, he straight up stomped on Wemby's foot as the ball hit the rim. On either of these plays, Wemby could have ended up injured. And I don't think the NBA wants that at all.
Oh yeah, Brunson. I started calling out Brunson too. And a lot of these players I like. Not Harden or LeBron, but I mean a lot of these players I actually do like. And yeah, Brunson's one of them. But I saw something stupid last night in game 2. Man, he had a wide open 3 and he did a total like leaner. You know, he leaned in about like 3 feet, chucked up a wild 3 and didn't get a call because there was no contact. And I'm like, dude, what the hell are you doing? Take the open 3, dude. Like, it's like after you do this so much, this just becomes like part of your nature when you're taking a shot. So yeah, I don't want to hear like, oh, you're just on a bandwagon calling out SGA. I call out everybody. If you watch the breakdowns I do of Jordan videos, if I see him travel, I'll call a travel. If I see him get 2 free throws when he didn't get touched, I'll rewind it and go in slow-mo and call it out. I don't care who it is. I want ethical basketball.
Wemby is set up to be their golden boy for the next decade or more, but I do think the NBA is allowing the Thunder to play in a way we all despise because I think the league is leaning into one thing. But before we continue, I am very excited to thank Whatnot for sponsoring today's video. Whatnot is the #1 live streaming auction app. Think of it as live streaming meets live auctions.
I mean, it's starting to make me think, like, are they trying to like reproduce like a Bad Boy Pistons scenario for Wemby? Like something for him to overcome? Like, I don't know.
A social media twist. It is a great social community for collectors or people who love the thrill of an auction. For instance, I love collecting basketball cards, and Whatnot is the best. On Whatnot, you could also trade for vintage items, sneakers, Pokemon. And I've really wanted to buy a new watch for a long time, so I'm just jumping on Whatnot to get one. As you could see, the bid process is so easy. I am getting outbid a bit here, but boom, just like that, I won the watch I wanted. Plus, if you follow me on Whatnot using the links down below or the QR code on the screen.
Looks like a modern eBay.
We're going to automatically be entered to win $500 in Whatnot credits. $500. The winner will be picked in 1 month, so make sure to go download the Whatnot app. Link is in the description or use the QR code on the screen. And again, follow me for a chance to win $500 in Whatnot credits 1 month from now. Thank you again to Whatnot for sponsoring today's video, and now let's get back into that video. They want the Thunder to be their villain, their heel, the team we love to hate watching. The NBA has now said it's a social media league. They monitor the views and comments they get on every clip, and they see
by the way. Talk about, I know Castle's struggling with turnovers right now, but man, it's year 2. Like this guy got some revenge because look who he's dunking on, the biggest guy on the court. I love it. I freaking love it. I hope he figures out what the hell is his problem with these turnovers, because this is not like him. Like, if you watched him in the regular season, this is not like him. So I hope he figures this out like now, like today.
So many people are complaining about the flopping, and the hate for the Thunder is spreading like wildfire.
What's sad too is, like, I like OKC as a team. I like the players. I like the system. I like the fans. I would like to like OKC, but I can't with the style of basketball that they're playing. But outside of that, it's a damn shame because they play great defense. They play really, really good offense, but then they just throw in all the cheating. And I don't like cheaters. Never have, never will.
All throughout X, TikTok, Reddit, Instagram, you name it. But the NBA isn't stopping it because the numbers speak for themselves. Spurs vs. Thunder, Game 1, set a record for the most watched Game 1 of a Western Conference Finals game ever. 9.2 million people watched this game. Those are NBA Finals numbers. Game 1 of last year.
To me, this is kind of the NBA Finals. Like these are two powerhouses in my opinion. And no offense to the Eastern Conference, but like this is just what I think. You know what I mean? I might be totally proven wrong, and I mean the way things are looking, as crazy as it is, like what if the Cavs win the championship this year and Harden's a champion? I don't know, man. It's been a wild playoffs, but yeah, I'm treating this like the NBA Finals to me.
Year's finals had 8.9 million people watching. So what the NBA is doing is working. People are tuning in hoping that the villain goes down, at least for the short term, because there's a real question here. Will there be long-term consequences if the Thunder continue to win with this style of play? Now, when flopping backfires, it's one of the most satisfying things we can watch on a basketball court.
It is.
In Game 1, Wemby hit this insane shot to tie the game.
5-on-4.
Oh yeah, his Steph Curry moment. What's cool is in Game 1, I think he only shot 2 threes, and that was like one of them.
An absolutely wild attempt. I'm sure Paul George would say this was a bad shot, but if we rewind this play, let's not focus on Wemby. Let's focus instead on Chet.
Pull up.
Oh.
Way off. Spurs got numbers hungry down behind the play. 5-on-4. Wemby's going to pull a deep 3.
Notice no Hartenstein in Game 1.
Yup.
Yeah, Chet got bodied, man. Chet got his ass kicked that whole game.
Saw Jalen Williams miss, and then Chet doesn't even really attempt to grab the rebound. Instead, he just throws himself to the ground, which led to him not being able to play defense.
So long,
and next thing we knew, Wemby had tied this game up. Flopping was punished. But unfortunately, this is a rare case. Now, I know the refs...
Flopping wasn't punished like by the law or by the officials or whatever, the league. Flopping was punished with, you look like a fool, man. You look like a fool, and Wemby just got 3 points on your ass. But yeah, I would like to see that the league actually step in and start doing what they said they would do and start fining these guys for this. It's an actual rule in the NBA. Mike showed it earlier in the video. Enforce the freaking rule.
Get a ton of blame as we watch the actual game. It feels like, especially when it comes to the Thunder, they just make so many bad calls. Like on this play, where Harrison Barnes went to go and set a pick, and Isaiah Joe just sent himself flying. The refs took the bait here and called
how is that a call? How you calling that?
The foul, and the Spurs had already challenged twice, so they couldn't even get the call reversed.
And it's so confusing, the messaging I'm getting from the league, because all in all, they're allowing a lot more physicality in the playoffs than they did in the regular season. And I mean like times 3 physicality compared to the regular season. I've been enjoying it a lot, but then they still call these things like this.
And the Spurs... Joe just sent himself flying. The refs took the bait here and called.
You're gonna call that? But we're having like 2-hand shoving going on that we're not calling every play. But you're calling that?
Foul. And the Spurs had already challenged twice, so they couldn't
that?
even get the call reversed. Personally, I think that if you challenge the call and you get it correct, you should still be able to challenge again. I don't think you should be punished for the refs' incompetence and you being right.
Agreed.
If I were to defend the refs a little bit, and please put the pitchforks down, I'd say, what are they supposed to do sometimes? The Thunder are just flailing around like this on nearly every single play.
You stop calling it for an entire season and then it'll correct the problem, Mike. You have to just stop calling anything that looks goofy like that. Don't call it. No longer giving them the benefit of the doubt that because what do you do when someone lies to you all the time? Eventually you stop believing them and you treat them like, yeah, whatever, man. And then eventually they have no choice to start telling you the truth or to fuck off. And that's what I think needs to happen with these players. Stop giving them the benefit of the doubt. When something looks a little goofy, like what we're seeing over and over again in this video, do not blow the whistle. And then eventually they're going to realize, oh, crap, you know, they got 2 points because I was laying on the ground like a little flopping dolphin. You know, this happens over and over and over again. Then guess what? The coaches are going to start subbing you out. You know, you're going to get less play time, and you're going to look like a fool on the basketball court. And that's what needs to happen. They'll stop it. The problem will correct itself if you stop blowing the whistle.
Obviously, the higher-ups at the NBA that are making the call to not hand out technicals or fines or even better yet, suspensions for flopping. So the refs are only able to give us a really good no call. They can choose to ignore a 7-footer who is screaming as he flies to the ground. Or sometimes they get fooled by the flopping and then they make a bad call that goes viral on Twitter. Just not a good look for anyone involved, but there is some good news. If the NBA does ever...
always on his feet. I mean, always on his back, always on his belly.
Just not a good look for anyone involved.
Let's see how he lands.
But there is some good news.
Look at this. He's not even trying to land proper. Did you see how he's angling? Okay. He's going to go straight up, right? He's like fading away at maybe, I don't know, like there's a tiny little angle here, right? Like 5 degrees. All right. Now watch, because right now his feet are, and I'm sorry, but there's a lot of you guys that don't want to accept what's happening here. I get it, you're SGA fans. I would be too if this wasn't happening. Now look, so he's straight, right? He should just land. Go straight down and land. Watch what he does. This is where he's a cinephile. Look at it. Look at this. This is all by design. All by design. There you go. There you go. He leans forward. He always leans forward and then pushes back and falls on his ass.
NBA does ever actually feel like things have gone too far. They can fix things quickly. They have done so in the past. Kevin Durant was famous
Jesus Christ.
for drawing fouls with a rip-through move, where he would wait until a defender's hand was near his shooting arm, then pull up on a shot attempt that pretty much guaranteed a foul would be called.
That's terrible.
NBA decided this wasn't playing real basketball.
Yeah, the rip-through.
It was foul baiting, so they decided
to be fair, Kobe was one of the initial designers of the rip-through. I mean, he didn't use it so maliciously, though. But I'm glad I'm glad we supposedly in theory, got rid of that rule. And sorry, guys, if you wanted this to be one of those videos where I talk very little, it not happening on this video. But yeah, the rip through, I hate that. I hate that thing too, even though Kobe kind of created it. I want that gone. They say it's gone, but I don't see that it's gone. You know, once again, just another NBA rule we put into place that we do not enforce.
Was no longer a shooting foul. The league also believed that James Harden was manufacturing too many fouls and not actually trying to put up shots.
What is this?
The league put in place several rules.
And that's why I call out Harden too, because he started this crap that SGA is doing with the hooking, which I've always hated this. Like, this is just some clown stuff, man. Look at this. What is this? This is a basketball? This is a basketball right here. Look, he's holding his arms up like, I'm innocent. Please don't shoot. And this fool is hooking him and then flopping around like a dolphin. That's basketball.
Placed several rules that stopped the foul baiting that James Harden used to do in order to get fouled, especially on threes. The reason was that eventually the outrage just got too high. But we are watching the same thing play out with the Thunder. A lot of times they are not looking to play basketball. They are looking to get fouled. So why is this taking so long to change?
Again, falling down.
Is it going to take another Thunder title to actually
and
see
falling down?
A
Stand your fucking shit. Man, it drives me crazy. Guys, SGA is one of the best like mid-range jump shooters I've ever seen. And he plays defense too. But he does this nonstop.
It might. And for now, we have to think about a really hard truth. How much do the Thunder and Shea practice these types of plays? That sounds insane to think about, but listen to what JB Bickerstaff had to say about it.
I wonder if like SGA is practicing jumpers, and every jumper he takes in practice, he falls. I'm not even joking. I'm not trying to be funny.
James Harden.
We were together 4 years in Houston. You know, you would watch him and he and I would play one-on-one, and he would foul bait me. You know what I mean? Like, he would use, I'm serious, like, he would only get to play offense and I would play defense. And he would practice those things and he would work on them.
And while this is ridiculous,
that just like goes to prove that these guys got to like play some games in some places that are not the NBA. Again, like, go to the park and play. See how this plays out in the park. People get their asses kicked for this stuff.
to think about flopping in practice. The thing is, you don't get this good at foul baiting unless you are purposely working at it. This is where I'll say the NBA is in a dangerous spot. If Shea and the Thunder continue to win and nothing is done about it, what is stopping the young players in the league from learning that, hey, I can get paid crazy amounts of money and even win awards if I'm able to sell contact better.
And that's why I piss off a lot of you guys when I say this stuff. I'm starting to blame the players less and the refs and Adam Silver a lot more, because this crap would not exist if they cracked down on it. But since they're, instead of cracking down on it, they're rewarding these players for doing it really well. Guess what that teaches the next generation of players? Well, this is how you win in the NBA. Okay, I got to flop around. A lot of this started with LeBron, especially back in the Miami Heat days. So we're talking about 15, 16 years ago. And they were rewarded for it. And now everyone has learned to do this, and it's spiraled out of control now. It is so bad. But what are the players going to do? You last longer in the NBA if you flop and foul bait, because you produce more stats, more points. By doing so, you win more awards. You also get more prestige, and then at the end of the line, you make more money and you stay in the league longer. What incentive do the players have to not do this now? And that's my problem. We've literally set the system up for them to do this or be less successful. And that's why I was, jeez, God, man, just make me commissioner. Make me commissioner. I'll fix this crap up. Give me, before the first All-Star break, I'll have this crap cleaned up, man.
We sometimes forget about superstars and about MVPs. Kids grow up watching them and want to be them. They spend time shooting around in the driveway or recreating their moves. Steph Curry created a new generation of basketball.
Wait, did he land on his feet?
Recreating their
and did flop?
Steph Curry created a...
Look at this. He's not even trying. You don't land like this. It's like he's doing a trust exercise with a therapist or whatever right now. No, man. Look, your feet are flat. Land.
New generation of basketball. We've seen a tremendous rise in three-pointers since his arrival to the league, because the most talented stars of the next generation grew up watching Steph and practice threes way more.
Fucking A.
Now imagine if Shea leaves the NBA and we are left with a huge increase in flopping among every team, as more and more young players learn, if I flop, I'll get more free throws, and that also, the defense can't guard me. That is the case with Shea. Defenders know he gets a lot of calls. They are afraid to be too physical with him, which means when he pulls up for a mid-range shot, he sometimes goes uncontested. He also sometimes shoves off and gets...
Yeah, sometimes. Yep, the shove off, the hook. And like I said, guys, this video is about SGA right now. But like I said, it's a league-wide problem. But right now, this is high stakes between OKC and San Antonio. So that's why I'm focusing on them alone.
That mid-range shot, or falls on his face while shooting it. I do think eventually the fans will have had enough. It feels like we're already there, but the view numbers are telling us something.
Yeah. Unfortunately, hate watching is a thing, and it's very popular. So right now, I'm sure the majority of people are even if you don't like Wemby or you don't like San Antonio, you're hate watching, rooting against OKC. Let me know in the comments. I bet a lot of you are doing that right now. I got to get this video out, by the way. The game starts in like another hour.
If the Thunder continue to get rewarded, eventually it will turn from wanting to see the villain lose to just, I'm not interested in watching a bunch of grown men flopping around. I want to watch actual basketball.
Yeah.
And that is one of the most unfortunate parts about this Western Conference Finals. We have a top tier matchup on.
Yes, we do.
Wemby and Chet were supposed to be the storyline of this series. Victor has had it out for Chet.
And Chet's already ducked Wemby after game one. So that's kind of a dud, unfortunately. We already saw who won that matchup. Wemby definitely won that matchup.
to him in the 2021 U19 FIBA World Cup. Since then, it's come out that Wemby's biggest motivation this season was that Chet already had a championship. And we've seen him purposely go at Chet whenever he can, dunking on him and screaming in his face, celebrating after Chet missed a clutch free throw, telling the media that basketball-wise, there is no comparison between him and Chet.
I agree.
Chet has ducked this rivalry, which should be a story in itself, but that story has been drowned out largely from something we never wanted, a different story. Will Victor Wembanyama prove to be a hero, or will the floppers be rewarded? Will the unethical play style win out? Unfortunately for right now, the NBA has learned any attention, good or bad, is currency. And the way to get the most attention is to always make us feel something. The Thunder won 64 games, and we hate how they did it. Shea won the MVP, and his nickname is the Foul Merchant. We can't stand it. The Spurs, meanwhile, won 62 games. We have loved watching their young core, and Wemby finished third in the MVP race. When he watched the announcement,
that shocked me, by the way. He wasn't second, he was third. Makes me wonder, what are the intentions of the NBA here? I don't think anybody who's a fan had Wemby at 3. Maybe you had him at 2. I think a lot of us had him at 1, but 2 at the lowest. But 3?
Shea winning the MVP, it looks like the beginning of a new hero arc. I was not going to let the MVP go to another player anytime soon. And really, good versus bad is one of the most classic storylines you can set up. So for us fans who are already watching the NBA, we are going to tune in to see if justice is served. But what about the casual fans?
I'm going to get this out of the way, because if I was the coach right now for San Antonio, this is the only advice I'd have for Wemby. Every time you're in the low post and you want the ball, arms straight up. Arms straight up. Hartenstein cannot grab you by the arms. He'd have to grab you by the waist. It'll be more obvious. And if he does grab you by the arms, it's going to look way more obvious that you can't deny that this guy's pulling down on my arms now. Will it look goofy? Yeah. But it'll actually be really effective. Plus, he's the tallest guy in the league right now, so arms straight up. That means anybody wanting to hit him in the low post, they just got to throw the ball up high, and he's going to catch it every time. That's the only way I can think of counter-attacking this one right now, at least. And then we're going to have to figure something else out for Game 4.
Who don't already watch the NBA, but would be willing to watch the league if the product was good enough. Well, in a sea of problems, that is where the biggest problem comes in. The Thunder are going to be title contenders for the foreseeable future. They have an extremely talented young core. They have 1 million first-round picks. They have probably the best front office in the league. We're going to be watching them win for a long time. And also, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander just became the 14th player ever to win back-to-back MVPs. He is a guaranteed Hall of Famer, and in this current generation, even if you don't like him, he is one of the biggest faces in the league. How could an NBA champion, finals MVP, and MVP not be? But we've never seen one of the game's true stars actually face this much backlash. People just don't like watching Shai play. They don't like watching the Thunder play. Even if we compare the current narrative to when LeBron left for Miami or when Kevin Durant left for the Warriors, both LeBron and KD still had their diehards who rode with them no matter what. That's because people just didn't like some of their decisions, not their style of basketball. Shai has his Thunder fans, but almost everyone else cannot stand watching flopping and foul baiting. And the NBA can put a stop to this. They can hand out techs and suspensions, and flopping would be a race.
Yeah, I feel like this is what would have happened if James Harden was winning championships in Houston. Like, we would have turned against the league too, because you're rewarding all this foul baiting crap. And he was doing it like crazy out there 10 years ago. But the fact that they kept losing in the playoffs, we got to laugh at him. It justified it a little bit. But yeah, if he was winning championships, MVPs, and finals MVPs, we'd have a big freaking problem with it, man.
Title has already been won. Another might be on the way, and Shai is already a 2-time MVP. So the league needs to put an end to this now before its history gets written by who can flop.
I know.
So there we have it. Thank you for watching today's video. If you did, I really think
man. Great video, guys. Go check out Mike Korzemba's channel. Link is down below. I got to get out of here so I can edit this, post this, and go watch the next game here. So everybody, thank you for watching. Y'all know my opinion going into Game 3. I don't like what I see, but also this is still, despite this, this series so far has been some of the best basketball, if not the best basketball I've seen in years. So I just, I wish it was a little cleaner and a little less dirty. That's all. But we'll see what happens in Game 3. Maybe they heard some of our pleas and they're going to realize it's too obvious. We need to dial it back a little bit. But knowing the NBA, they have no shame and they probably won't. So we'll find out what happens. Guys, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a spicy comment section, so bring it on. I have my opinions. Y'all have your opinions. Let's air it out peacefully, but let's air it out in the comment section like we always do, okay? And yeah, I think I've said everything I need to say. It's obvious who I'm rooting for. I'm rooting against the team that I feel is cheating, and I'll always do that. I'll always do that. So guys, I'm out of here. Thank you so much for watching. Like the vid if you could. Hype the vid if you could. Especially this one. I wouldn't mind this one getting more eyes because this is a big issue if you can't tell. Like I feel this is really important. So yeah, guys, do all that for me if you could. I'd really appreciate it. Subscribe if you want more content like this. And most importantly, it's the Be Water, my friends. Keep the comments going throughout the game in this video if you want. I'll be checking during timeouts and we'll chat, okay? All right. Be Water, my friends.